Good morning, gamers, or afternoon, or night, like it is right now. Anyway, this is Matt. This is the All4Gamerz podcast. This is episode 23. Today we will be coming, it's about a week before E3, so we'll get to that later. But as always, I'm joined by the wonderful men, which is AJ, the ringleader of All4Gamerz. Say hello.
Yo.
The bearded wonder, Eric.
Hello.
And that gorgeous little man, Ryan.
yeah.
So what's up, guys? How was your week? Everyone's good?
Well, it's Monday, so it sucks.
It was amazing. I spent my day in a salon playing blackjack, surrounded by hookers.
Sounds like a personal problem. Sounds like a personal problem. Okay. All right. So we have some topics on the docket today.
Quickly, did you catch anything? And I'm not talking about the clap.
Yeah.
It's a gift that keeps
my
on giving.
My dad's hands in my face.
Whack. Okay.
Wow. Okay. So we have some topics on the docket for today. We might have touched on it last episode, but we're going to go a little more in depth on it today and get some other opinions. What do you guys think about the what is the, I forgot, oh my god, I can't remember what the hell it is. Research that video game addiction is real. Now, what they mean by a video game addiction is not that you play a game and you can stop whenever you want. They're basing it off of the same as like drug or alcohol, where it affects hygiene, everyday life, school, whatnot. It affects you that you cannot think anything about anything other than the video game, that you want to play it more and more and more and more and more. That's what they mean by the addiction. Now, they do show signs. They have different statistics in this recent thing. What do you guys think? Let's start with AJ on the whole video game addiction. Do you think it's a common thing? Do you think they should have called it a video game addiction? Or do you think it should just be like, whatever, it's just kids playing games?
Well, the only way that you really kind of get a classification for having something being addicted is if you have a large sample size. I'm assuming of which they did their research right, that they do have a large enough sample size. But yeah, I can definitely see it being an addiction. You can basically let anything be an addiction. You have a coffee addiction. You have coffee every day. People watch movies, right? So with entertainment being as easily as accessible as it is these days, you have video games on your phones. You have video games. You have the Switch. You have video games just like literally everywhere. So I can easily see how it can be classified as an addiction. However, it's also, I think personally, just a lot. Well, I don't know, because we also figure that, gambling addiction, right? So you need to get your gambling fix. So you need to spend your money. So I know a lot of people who actually have a gambling addiction, right? So they go broke because if they don't gamble, then it's not part of their day. They make it routine. So video games can definitely fit into that, that kind of criteria as well. It's just a matter of how you kind of handle it, right? But I don't think that a lot of them would really be addicted, which kind of is counterintuitive of what I'm saying. Because if you're going with kids, if you keep an eye on your kids and seeing what they're doing, how long they're playing for, you have a good grasp on how much video game time that they have, then really wouldn't be much of an addiction. Adults, a little bit of a different story, I think. I definitely think that if adults are playing all the time and letting it kind of take over their lives, and yeah, they're more than likely it's addicted. I can definitely see it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Eric?
So an addiction is like, in my opinion, it would be something that's debilitating. So if someone's skipping work or skipping a hospital visit or skipping anything that would benefit them greatly, specifically just to play video games, that would probably warrant itself as an addiction. So I think the classification could exist. I think when people see the trigger word or the headline, they just go to, oh, you just played 40 hours of Fortnite this week, this is an addiction. But it's really more like people who are actually dying because of gaming.
Yeah, so I can see that.
I think that's what they mean. And I think one of the headlines I read was there's such a small percentage of people that actually have the gaming addiction. So, I mean, like, I'm sure maybe you stayed home a day of work to play this new game coming out, whatever it was, once or twice.
Guilty.
But, like, if you literally can't hold a job because you just are so addicted to playing games and it's just debilitating, then I think it would warrant the name of an addiction.
Okay. What about you, Ryan?
I had a thing for this. I'm trying to load it up real fast. Hold on. It's
Okay.
it's not. This is a bit I'm trying to do.
Is
and
it
it's not
funny?
working in my favor. I mean, you might get a little bit depressed from it.
If it's not funny, I'm gonna kick
It's
you.
fine. If it's not funny, you can just cut it out.
All right, nope. I'm not gonna-
Hi, I'm Ryan. I played 377 games this past 3 months of League of Legends. I've logged in 7 days and 19 hours. The addiction's real, boys.
Hi, Ryan.
I think video game addiction only exists with DLC and things like boxes and stuff like that. That's it. I mean, I could see you spending money on games you're really like into, but only with like boxes, stuff like that, like shit that EA tries to get away with. That's about it. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I know I play a lot of video games constantly, but I'm able to hold down a job, hygiene, and make sure I smell decent in public. I think I do a good job.
One of those three things you said were actually not lies. So
What, the E3 thing?
he
EA
has a
thing?
job, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I still think like EA doesn't like. I totally agree with Ryan with the loot box thing. I think loot boxes could be very gambling-esque, and that could go to the gaming addiction. I don't think you're accurate with the whole EA statement, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I only meant like a couple
know.
of games. That's about it. Like, cause I know, cause the big thing that they got in trouble for was like all the shit they were trying to pull.
Oh yeah, with
Battlefront
Star
and stuff
Wars,
like that. Yeah.
But that's more of a Ubisoft or any other developer,
Epic,
because
yeah.
yeah, Epic. So all right, so another good segue into something that we thought was interesting over here at All4Gamerz. We thought that it was interesting that Tesla is now considering putting Cuphead, which is a very frustrating game, into their cars as a game. AJ, what do you think? I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, both of you and I have played Cuphead, and it's a frustratingly hard game. Why would they put that into a car?
Because they're nuts. Because fucking Elon Musk is a just crazy person who goes on Joe Rogan and smokes pot. But you gotta love the guy because he's mad intelligent. But I don't know. You'd think that it's actually really interesting because they had a lot of the older video games that they were going to be going in there. I still haven't really seen much of exactly what they're going to be doing, but they were going to be having a lot of Atari video games. Then now they're going from completely, like really current day video games, to Cuphead. I think it's interesting. Dumb as fuck, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Yeah. Eric, what do you think?
I think. I don't know what I think. This is stupid.
All right.
So is that how you really feel?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, why?
Because Elon Musk can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, sure.
And it's also the same question that you used to put towards the people who did like West Coast Customs that put PlayStations and Xboxes in their cars with hundreds of TVs. Same thing, really.
True story.
What do you think, Ryan?
I think Cuphead's a real easy game, and I think the fact that they're putting in 2 Tesla cars is amazing. I don't see this backfiring at all in the future at all. I think people should play it when they're driving. I feel like even when they're real mad at road rage, they should play it. It will calm them down. Elon Musk is a handsome man, and you know what? I think we should all stop picking on him, guys.
Who's picking on him?
Can you imagine? So, I don't know if you guys know much about Teslas. Like, I'm a car guy. Teslas will have this thing where they have autopilot, so it stays in its lane.
in the middle.
And Could you imagine playing Cuphead and taking the controller and slamming it on something while
I
while you're in autopilot mode?
I could see someone getting really mad and just fucking taking their controller, smashing it in the middle console, and
Yeah,
fucking up the
destroying it.
autopilot. Yeah, fucking it up real good to the point where it's like car speeding up, and they're like, no,
Yeah. Well,
in the middle of traffic.
I don't know if you guys know this too. They actually have a disco mode in that, which you actually open up all the car doors, and it actually, like, I think the back hatch opens and closes by itself, but it actually
You tell me that this car turns into a fucking disco ball, I'm out.
it doesn't turn into a disco ball, but all the lights go on and off and on and off and on and off, and it plays different music. It's pretty fucking funny. I didn't know it had it until I watched the Grand Tour, which has Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May, which are the original guys from the Top Gear.
Okay.
Fucking hilarious. I was crying when I heard about that. I thought it was just a stupid feature, but he's like, yeah, it's called disco mode or like birthday mode or something like that. I forget what it is, but the whole car just is like a light, is like a disco ball. It's hysterical.
I really hope that you're not able to do that while it's driving because people suck on the road as it is.
No, you have to have the car parked in, I think, the emergency brake on.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so at least
But
they
I
have
could
half a brain on
see
that.
somebody stupid doing that.
That would just be terrible.
Yeah.
Oh God.
right.
Yeah. So all right. So anybody want to listen to the disco? Okay. So we put the car in the park, and then all of a sudden, doink, doink, doink.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to put on these sweet, tasty ass jams? Uns on vlogging. Uns. Come on, everybody, do the squats. Uns. Welcome to Germany. This is how we party, bitches.
Did he say Germany?
Germany. It's in between Germany, Poland, and go fuck yourself. Uns.
Wow.
Oh
I
man,
thought that was a
that's funny.
continent.
No, it's a continent. Uns.
Yeah.
So now
Alright.
Eric's awake now.
Yeah, because he's into it.
That's because he heard cock.
It's because he heard Germany.
Oh.
He's so girthy.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic,
Uns on vlogging.
which I'm actually kind of excited about. I don't know if you heard about this. I know AJ has, but the co-creator Justin Roiland made the jump to video games. He started his own company called Squanch Games, and he just released his first real video game through Squanch Games called Trover Saves the Universe.
It is the first time. Oh, okay. I was
Co-creator
actually
what?
worried about that.
What's up?
You didn't say what he was the co-creator.
Oh,
of.
I'm sorry. Co-creator of Rick and Morty. My bad.
He was so excited he just assumed that everybody else knew.
No, because you know what it is I was looking at the tagline on the guide that you sent me, and it's literally, I forgot to say Rick and Morty co-creator. I just said co-creator, and yeah.
Dumb.
Now, most of you guys, like AJ knows, I've kind of binge watched Rick and Morty, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
No.
But they came out of the game, and this game can be played either in regular mode or VR. And I bought it, launch edition. It's $30, I think, and it's a very simple platformer. I mean, it's like super simple, but it's weird because you're called a chair Orpian, and you can only sit in a chair. And you have a little PlayStation remote, and it's on screen, and you control this guy called Trover. It's just, the game is just wildly funny. Like, just certain parts of it, like like you're upgrading your thing. You have to collect these things called green power babies. And Trover goes and says, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, these things, they're like, oh yeah, they'll help me get better power-ups. But at the end of the game, which they all know they're part of a game, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get high as shit on these. Oh man, I'm gonna be so fucking wasted. It's gonna be amazing. And as you guys can tell, it's a rated M game, but you can put it on not rated M mode, which is like for little eyes. It's very interesting. I've only played about like an hour and a half of it, but man, is it funny as shit.
You had me at Power Babies.
Oh, and dude, the best part
You had
was
me
is
as high.
so he pulls the power baby out of his eye, and he shows the upgrade. He's like, "Oh yeah, watch this. They eat each other, man." And the one power baby eats the other one. He's like, "They fucking eat them. How crazy is that? They fucking eat each other. That's great." I was like, "What?"
Ew.
Just so weird. What do you think about it, AJ? I know you haven't had a chance to play it.
I
But have you
literally don't
seen
know.
any of the trailers?
I've seen the trailers. I mean, it looks funny. It definitely looks interesting. I've seen a lot of other players play another game that was it was designed, wasn't really I forget what the hell it was, but it's for Oculus Rift. It's for VR. I think it's like something business or something. But
Oh, Total Recality or something like that.
no. It's a different game. It's you basically you're a new hire in an office.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking
And
about.
you go through different places or whatever else, but it's Justin Roiland, I think, helped create the game. So that's really about the only thing I've seen. That's just stupid funny, like stupidity, like at its finest. I don't know. Trover, I just saw a trailer for it, so I really don't have much of an opinion on it. So it looks funny. I'll pick it up and play it, but that's really about all I got. I really don't have any other
Alright.
any other opinion on it.
I didn't know if you saw any like Let's Players. I mean, I know it came out this past Friday, I think. So,
I remember that you picked it up, and I know that you were really happy. You took a picture of
dude.
the thing, and I was smiling ear to ear for you. But yeah, I don't know really much about the game.
Okay.
I mean, Barry Babies, it sounds fun. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, it's definitely some weird shit. Like, I mean, it takes a really fucked up mind to think of some of this stuff.
Without a doubt. So, I mean, that's why I think I might like it.
Oh yeah, dude. You'd love it. Like, I honestly, like, if you have the same humor I do, yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah. All right, I'm excited. I want to play.
What about you guys, Eric, Ryan? You guys have any opinion about
It looks like
Trover?
it looks like an updated version of point and click adventure.
I could agree with you. I mean, it's really simple. I mean, it's just weird that it has a fit instead of you being behind the character.
Yeah,
It's a
you're
fixed
like
point.
watching. I saw the trailer. You're like watching him as you play.
Yeah,
It's like a second person view.
yeah. It's interesting. I bet you it's better in VR because I've been playing it not in VR. Like the VR part, because they even say it in one part of the like. He's like, "Oh man, this would totally be so much better in VR. Oh, you could look at us all like, oh yeah, like like I was like, what the fuck is going on?" Right.
Sounds like raunchy as hell.
I'm
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
gonna end up. I've seen trailers for it. I'm probably gonna end up getting it because I like Rick and Morty and I like Justin Roiland. He's made like a bunch of dumb shit online and everything, and I've watched it. And I don't know if you watched the outtakes of him getting super hammered doing the voices for Rick and Morty. It's amazing. Yeah, so I was talking to him and he was like, "Get really hot, like get really, really drunk in order to do Rick."
So that one.
And every time he do an outtake, he had to keep doing shots. And for you, and he just got so done. They had to like take away the alcohol from him, start giving them water shots. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end up getting it.
Well, that's what happened with this one because he wasn't supposed to be the voice of the boss guy, which is I forget the guy's name. The guy with the two puppies in his eyes. That's the bad guy in this game. Basically
The double pupper.
Yeah, basically he steals this guy's dogs and puts them into his eyes and whatnot. Anyway, and he gives him superpowers. He wasn't supposed to be that character. He wasn't supposed to voice him, but they took a 4-hour voiceover where he was just fucking hammered through the whole thing, and he just kept from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. He progressively got more drunk throughout the game, and at the end of the game, he's like hammered. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. Like this got to be fucking hilarious.
Watching him do voices when he's drunk is amazing. It's hysterical. I urge anyone listening to this to go on Adult Swim, type in Justin Roiland doing the Rick voice when he's drunk because it really is. It's a special kind of like downfall that only certain people can bring in.
Yeah. All right, so I think that goes perfectly with our next topic, Apex Legends. It was announced that the revenue tumbled by 74% in 2 months. If that's a downfall, I don't know what is. If that isn't a downfall, I don't know what is.
Damn!
So, Eric, since you were the one who brought this up, why don't you spearhead this right now?
Okay, so basically what happened was Apex came out. They quote unquote bought publicity from streamers. People played it. They're like, yeah, this game's pretty cool. And then they bought a bunch of stuff to look cool. And then they realized, like, hey man, where's all the updates? Fortnite got like 19 updates by this time, and they've only released one character and one gun so far. It's been like a whole 3 months. I don't have this kind of attention span. And then everybody stopped playing and then went back to Fortnite.
So you're saying that people just have massive ADD?
Well, I mean, it's kind of rough on the market right now because everything updates every 5 minutes in games as a service.
Yeah.
And if you don't update, people just won't play it because they get bored of it. I wouldn't say it's ADD. I just think it's like without a ever-changing update schedule, games are boring. Or repetitive, I guess is a better word.
People for competitive games like that, for competitive games like Apex and shit, because I know a major complaint, and I'm sure Eric heard this at some point, League of Legends' biggest complaint was that they were updating too much.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is with a game like Apex Legends is they didn't update not fast enough. Like, I respect the fact that they took a long time to update, because I would rather have a massive update instead of small micro updates that I have to get used to constant change and could never get used to one standard meta or thing at a time. Fortnite does it into these small little tiny phases where they'll update stuff that doesn't need updating or add things that don't need to be added when they
things.
yeah, or like the major thing that they still haven't fixed is, in my mind, is the damage output on a lot of the weapons. Like, I'm sure I've brought this up in like previous like beginning podcasts we've done, but like still the best example I have is you use a shotgun, one person's going to do 18 damage, the other guy's going to one-shot you, and you're just going to sit there and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Apex Legends, their downfall was just they didn't update. They took a really long time. That's it. And it's really competitive. Without updates or changes that are going to satisfy a consumer with a large update, no one's going to play it.
Well, and I think what Apex did was unique in the respect they even told us up front before anything was announced. They were like, listen, we're going to do like a quarterly season. That's what we're doing. We're not going to be releasing stuff every other week because we do not have the manpower to do this, because we have other we don't have a 400 team operation. We have like a 50 team operation, and we have other people doing other things. We have other people working on like Titanfall and the new Star Wars game. Like, it's just, to me, I think they're handling it right. I think the revenue is only because there isn't a new season out yet, and the new season comes out next week. So I personally think it's not a bad thing. I mean, we're comparing apples to oranges between this and Fortnite. Fortnite is its own entity. I mean, we have 12-year-olds and people doing dance competitions. I mean, hell, you had Ninja hosting a Times Square thing, and no one knew who the fuck this guy was.
Or how to do a floss, and it looks super cringy on fucking. Oh my god!
I bet you can't floss, loser.
I actually can. Thank you very much. I can also do
it right now.
Okay, ready? Watch.
I want to hear the jiggle.
Wow, that's first off, that's bold for you to assume I can even get my arms around my fucking my fucking pregnant
Your jelly
belly, baby. All right, yeah, thank you.
I thought you were.
I'm 800 pounds overweight.
That's a lot.
I can barely get up.
I don't know. You should have seen him last time. He was 1,000 pounds overweight.
Yeah,
wow,
I'm
congrats,
massive.
dude. 200 pounds.
My knees are breaking under the own weight of my massive ego and my stomach contents.
The ego.
We're gonna have to get him a crane soon. We feed him with a shovel. Do you know how large that is?
What kind of shovel? Gardening shovel or like a?
The kind of shovel you use to pick up
A
elephant
spade.
shit.
Oh no!
Elephant shit. I was gonna say a snow shovel, but
All right,
fuck,
bad.
that's better.
Hold on, back on topic. Okay, so here's the hard numbers: 92 million
Hard.
in February is what they earned, and now they earned 24 million in April. So that's a big old fall. And
Such
just
old
to put it
daffodil.
into relevancy here, PUBG Mobile made 65 million in March. And that's just the mobile version. So PUBG Mobile made 65 million in March.
Well, but you also have to realize something. Those have loot boxes and crates.
Mhm.
Epic doesn't. You buy the season once, and you can level it up, and you're fine. Whatever.
I mean, they do have like the updates and stuff, like the limited time update of skins and whatnot.
Yeah, which is something. Yeah, but I mean, personally, I still think it's like I personally think Apex is a better game than Fortnite and most other BRs out there. I mean, I still like PUBG over any other BR right now, but Apex is definitely a close second for me because I do enjoy Apex because it's just quick, easy, get in, get out, and it's just the guns feel satisfying to use. Unlike what Ryan said with Fortnite, it's just you sit in a lobby, you use a pump shotgun, you're like a foot away from the guy, you use a shotgun, hit him in the head, does 18 damage. The other guy has a lower tier rarity shotgun, blows you in the head, and you're like, one shot, one kill. What the hell?
I mean, the lack of a meta, I guess, kind of could be the reason why it's not as popular. While PUBG, the meta is like super easy to, not easy to learn, but there is a meta there. It's like how to build, how to do specific things to get advantages. While in this game, you don't really have specific. It's more casual, I would say.
Yeah, and I'm cool with a casual thing because it's just, I mean, that's just how I am. I'm a casual like play style person. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and just get a shotgun and run in like it's like midship on Halo 2. Like I'm not gonna do that shit. If it was Halo 2, absolutely I'd be doing that. But that Apex Legends is a game that you have to pace yourself. If you don't pace yourself, you get into a firefight, you're dead.
I mean, and also just to go back on it, Ryan said League of Legends has a problem with being updated every 2 weeks or whatnot.
It's not even every 2 weeks, dude. You haven't been on it recently,
No,
right?
I haven't touched it.
It's so here's the fucked up part, right? And I'm sure I'm gonna have people in the comments who fight me on this. Every week there's an update every Wednesday.
Like
and
a quick fix or like a real
it's oh my god, it's so their version of an update every Wednesday is, I would say, is a quick fix, but like it's always, they always touch something, and it's stuff that doesn't need to be touched.
Well,
Like
the real go ahead.
Best example I have is let's just say so the biggest issue right now is Hecarim with Conqueror and his W, which if you've never played Hecarim, his W heals him. It does 30%. It heals him for 30% of damage done, and he doesn't have to do the damage to the enemy champion. Conqueror also heals him 50% when procced, but does more damage. So he's doing more damage while healing, so he could have 10% health and be healing. They'll touch things that were never brought up or complained by any other player. So the Hecarim thing has been brought up by, I want to say, half of the player base, which is a large player base, right? But
I would say
something,
large,
yes. Something inconspicuous like a Blitzcrank hook bugging out and pulling someone because a minion was there every 1,000 games, like, got fixed instead of the Hecarim thing. That's their version of an update. It's useless.
I mean, but like the fix to fix something that like big, I think they need to actually look at the item itself and be like, they might have to change a meta in a way, so they might be working more on that to make sure it doesn't ruin other characters also, because they might want to keep that item. That's what I don't envy the people who have to balance that shit, But like the real thing about the weekly patches and bug fixes and stuff is competitive play, because they study this, they are making money off of this, they have to make sure they're on top of everything. So when you constantly change the meta, it's annoying to competitive games. But the thing about Apex is that it's not necessarily a competitive game, so changing the meta isn't really that big a deal.
Yeah.
So they actually have the ability to change a lot of things to make things stronger and whatnot, because it's not really going to affect anything.
I think when...
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, you can go.
Oh, okay. Like when Fortnite always adds or subtracts something right before they do a really big esports thing. I don't know what they call it. It's like
Tournaments or World
when
Cup
they do
or
a
whatever.
tourney, they always add something or take something away that just completely ruins the meta, just to kind of flex on people and be like, we don't care about you guys. We still
I think
make
the-
millions of dollars a day. We don't care at all.
What was that? I think it was like the summer skirmish last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it, and they had this weird bug where people were just jumping all over, and they were just going straight into the sky. Like, it was just a weird ass bug in like the final zone or something like that. There were like 25 people there, and then it just totally got fucked. And everybody's like, Epic's like, yeah, we fucked up. There was a bug. We don't understand why that happened. So that game is defunct. So we're gonna do something else. We're gonna give you guys another game. But AJ, so since I know you're not into this whole thing, what do you think? Do you think you would like more updates or less updates? Like, do you think you understand where Apex is going with this, or do you think that they should be keeping in par with Fortnite with constant updates?
Well, I mean, you just kind of, if you're going to be in the same realm as them, you got to unfortunately play the same game that they're playing. You can't do an online multiplayer game and not make any updates towards it and just kind of say, there you go, this is our game. That's unfortunately, obviously, the writing's on the wall. They don't change what they're doing now, they ain't going to survive.
Yeah.
So they're down 74%. Nope, I don't see it lasting. So yeah, no, they're going to have to do a 180 on their train of thought. That's really just kind of plain and simple. I mean, I'm not into the video games, but you know, an idiot can definitely see what's going on. You definitely got to play. You got to play ball if you want to play in that kind of league. If not, you're going to go under.
Well, no. Now, also in that same respect, what do you think? Do you for a video game that you're playing, being multiplayer or anything like that, do you like constant updates where you're always coming on and then you have to update your game like an 8 gig update or whatnot, or do you like having long periods of time in between updates?
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me because I play mostly one-player games. That's usually my niche. That's where I feel comfortable. So as soon as I play a game and I beat it, I'm on to the next game. So I mean, for me, my opinion's kind of moot, I guess, in this. So because if there's an update and if I find it interesting enough, I might go back to it. But really, at that point, I'm usually kind of playing another one-player game that I'm already sinking my teeth in. So odds are usually I'm not going to go back to it.
Just real quick, not to call out my cousin again on another quick podcast. Just
That's right. You do it all the time, anyways. But go for it.
Just gotta take a quick poll here. So, you beat Doom yet?
Yeah, I have. Why?
You beat Shovel Knight?
Oh,
yeah, I have. Why?
All right, I'm just making sure that you actually beat games you set your fucking mind to for once.
Yeah, why?
Instead of buying 6 games.
You beat Cuphead?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, did you beat fucking Dark Souls yet, bud?
No, I said games I like.
Oh, no.
My bad. I didn't mean. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me clarify. Games that I'm interested in.
Yeah, you seem pretty interested in it when you started playing it.
Well,
Yeah. You know what? Wasn't interested after half a goddamn hour, and I needed to fucking quit.
Did you beat Halo Wars 2 yet?
I beat that like 20 years ago.
Whoa.
Halo Wars 2, not 1.
Oh, I beat that like 20 years ago.
No, it's even.
well, speaking of Halo and games that AJ likes,
Oh yeah.
E3 starts this weekend.
What's E3?
The Electronic Entertainment Expo.
What's the 3
I got
for?
it. You know what? I have one thing to say to you. You're a sexy man, and go fuck yourself.
I do
I think
every night before bed.
Rosie Palm and her 5 friends.
Ooh.
Nah, right, Rosie Palm and her 6 friends.
What?
Ooh,
Huh?
extra digit.
That's gross. Wait, is that going up? Never mind. I don't want to know.
My butthole, yes.
So,
I didn't want to know.
Alright.
You asked.
so E3 starts on the 8th, which is Saturday. And it starts off with everyone's favorite developer, EA. They have I know you guys all don't like EA. I prefer EA over any other games.
I don't.
Conference. So that starts on June 8th at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then the main attraction of E3 this year is Microsoft. That starts on the Sunday the 9th at 4 p.m. They will be announcing, they said, 15 first-party games, which should be interesting.
Damn.
And they also
That's a
say
good start.
that, yeah, they also said that they might be announcing the new system, which is codenamed Scarlet.
And last name Johansson.
Yes.
Come on, that was a freaking layup right
That was
there.
a good one. That was a good one. Bethesda is at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. Devolver Digital is on the still on Sunday at 10 p.m. Then on Monday you have PC Gaming Show, which is at 1 p.m. Eastern. Ubisoft is at 4 p.m. Square Enix is at 9 p.m., which I'm actually kind of excited to hear about Square Enix because they will be announcing the new Avengers game.
That's gonna be dope.
And then the Nintendo Direct is on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. At 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm sorry, the 11th, Tuesday the 11th. And then E3 is from the 11th through the 13th.
Alright, can we
in
talk about
LA.
something that actually matters? Hold on. Call of Duty Modern Warfare reboot.
Whatever, it's Call of Duty, I really don't give a shit. Next
Okay.
topic.
Wow, he called you out on that one. Damn.
Can we talk about Death Stranding?
Yes, I forgot about Death Stranding. Death Stranding, because it actually kind of works because Sony's not going to be there this year. So Death Stranding, I think,
But for
is good.
why?
Well,
Because they're
they said
bitches.
they said they don't want to be there. They want to see their production teams focus more on the games instead of worrying about having a presser and stuff like that.
That just means
for
they
an
got
actual
nothing to show and they're
conference.
scared.
Exactly. Hence why they already said that Naughty Dog is postponing Last of Us Part 2 until early 2020, which I still don't see it coming out on the PS4. Even though they say it's going to come out on the PS4, I still don't see it coming out on the PS4.
That heavily scripted thing they showed last year
Yeah, that was
pretty much
terrible.
tells me that they're not going to have the game ready.
Yeah.
Are you saying that they're gonna lie to us?
No,
I
the thing they
don't
showed last year
believe
was
you.
so scripted, it was insane.
Yeah.
It's like, you thought did anybody actually think the gameplay was going to run that smooth? Like, there wasn't going to be any hiccups? I don't understand.
Oh, no,
if you
not at
really
all.
thought that. It was so
Well,
obvious.
So, but we can talk about Death Stranding. Right after our other podcast last week, I can't pronounce his name. Eric, say his name.
Guillermo del Toro.
No,
Kojima.
Shigeru
Thank you.
Miyamoto.
Kojima.
Mario?
He let loose Death Stranding, and he showed a 8-minute, almost 9 minute.
Yeah, like 8-9 minute.
It was an 8-9 minute trailer for Death Stranding, and a actual
Release date.
date, which is November 8th of this year. What do we know? Are you guys excited for it? Does it look interesting?
It definitely looks interesting.
Ryan?
It looks pretty interesting.
The music is pretty bomb too. The music in the trailer. That thing.
You have a baby strapped to your chest. How are you guys not more excited about this? You're out of your mind.
Who cares?
I cares.
But you get to be dragged down in the goopy mud by I forgot his name. Mads something.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I'm not gonna buy it because to me it's just too fucking weird. And if there's no clear gameplay or conscience, like I don't understand about anything. I just think it's an over glorified game that's probably not gonna have too intuitive controls, and it's literally just gonna be like, oh, it's another Lara Croft game.
But Troy Baker's in it.
Yeah, well,
And Mads Mikkelsen.
yeah, Guillermo del Toro, but he's not actually played by Guillermo.
He's got a big old head scar. That's what I'm saying.
What about you, AJ? What do you think?
Oh no, I'm definitely picking it up on day one.
What if it comes out for the new PlayStation?
Well, then I'll pick it up on the next year. Yeah, no, definitely not gonna pick up the new system just to buy the game. It looks interesting. If it was Halo, different story. That's a system seller for me. But I don't know too much about Death Stranding to actually buy a whole entire to warrant buying a whole new system, especially if it's going to be mostly streaming, which I'm not really all for. So I'm not going to be thrilled about it to begin with. Nah.
Yeah, they didn't. They say it has online support, but nobody says that it's going to be like co-op or anything like that. I think you have to like. They can send you things because you have to pretty much rebuild the U.S. I don't know. I don't.
The bedridden president.
Yeah, which is
a
your
woman?
sister. Yeah, sister or something like that.
I like the idea that the whole entire thing has been very kept hidden and under the shadows, and we're still very close to it coming out, and nobody knows what the fuck it's still about. I think that's interesting. I think that's a good way to go about it, especially since Konami screwed the guy over. I think he's made freaking Metal Gear, so the guy knows what he's doing. I think it's definitely going to be a lot better than what you think, but that's my opinion, obviously.
I never liked any of the Metal Gear.
I mean, that's really more of obviously personal preference, like anything else. But I liked them. I thought they were good. Storyline was a little chaotic and all over the place, but the guy knows what he's doing. He has a good history, so I have faith in it. I think it's too early to tell about any kind of thing about controls or anything. I think that might be a little too kind of judgmental.
Wait,
you naughty man.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me, AJ?
Yes, probably. I am. Yes.
Metal Gear has a complicated plot?
No. Yes.
That's all I just wanted to do.
You feel good?
Hey, do you guys want to hear some Mads Mikkelsen trivia facts?
I don't even know who that is, so go for it.
Okay. He was originally a gymnast and dancer on Danish television.
Who is that guy?
He's the bad guy in Death Stranding.
Well, you don't know if he's a bad guy.
He's the guy in the black tar with the fire, red-eyed demons in Death Stranding.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a bad guy.
Listen, he could just have red eyes. He probably just didn't use his visor.
He has played the accountant in the music video "Bitch Better Have My Money" from the singer Rihanna.
That's a thing.
The image of Eric just fucking saying the words "Bitch better have my money."
He was knighted on April 16th, 2010 by Her Majesty Marguerite II,
Stop, man. You
Queen of Denmark.
Stop. Yeah, I'll throw money at it. Stop.
Is that the same guy that's the
Sherlock? I mean, not Sherlock. The other one.
Troy Baker?
No. Not Sherlock.
I don't know who Troy Baker is either.
Wait, what?
He was in Doctor Strange. He was the bad guy.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
He was also in Arkham Asylum. Batman. He did the voice of the Joker.
See right here on his IMDb, "Bitch Better Have My Money" video short,
stop.
The Accountant.
Stop, Eric. Stop it. Man.
Looks like you broke Ryan, dude.
It's because for anyone here who just seeing Eric in person and knowing that him saying "bitch better have my money" it is the funniest image.
Learned Swedish during his 1-year-long dance training in Gothenburg because he grew tired of Swedes only smiling and nodding at him when he spoke to them in Danish.
because bitch better have my money.
Well, that's what he would say, and then no one would ever like. They would just smile and nod. So he decided to say it in Swedish instead.
We're from Holland, everybody. Isn't
Okay.
that weird?
My Winky was a key.
It is smelted gold.
A keen
Ew, the
motorcyclist
skin box.
owning a rare
Please
1937
take it away.
Danish
Shave me for
Nimbus.
myself. Anyway, guys, did
He
we
was in
all hear
Hannibal,
about the
Hannibal.
other exciting news?
Hannibal was the show. He was really good.
What's that?
It's
That DLC's coming out for Mortal Kombat?
Oh yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn's coming out.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Shang Tsung and then
Shang-
Spawn.
That's what I
Shang
said.
Tsung, Spawn, Nightwolf, and then there's 2 other guest characters that they're debating
I'm
whether or
buying it.
not they want to add Ash from Evil Dead, but that might just be on Xbox. And then the other character I believe is going to be,
Vader.
ironically, Joker from Injustice, because, and I say ironically because Smash, with Joker being a DLC character, but not the one from Injustice, Joker from another thing.
Persona.
You had me at Ash.
And they might add what's his
When
face
is
to
Boruto coming in?
Bo Raicho. I don't think he's going to be a DLC character.
Well, he better be.
Uh oh.
Eric, you don't even play the game.
If Nighthawk comes out, I'm gonna play.
If Nightwolf,
Yeah, what I say?
Not
you
Wolf.
said Nighthawk.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That sounds like a clan tag for a Black Ops player.
Nighthawk is like I think it's
Okay.
some movie from what's his name?
Black Hawk Down.
No, the curly-haired guy. That's funny.
Oh, Chris Farley.
No, the other one.
Oh,
curly
Jim
hair.
Carrey.
No, the one that Will Ferrell.
Holy shit, guys.
Mark Ruffalo.
No, Will Ferrell.
Also,
Also, everybody you said doesn't have curly hair.
actually, Mark Ruffalo does have curly hair.
No, he's the
He
whole.
does.
No, he's got curly hair.
Show me a picture of Mark Ruffalo with curly hair.
Should he show you the one when he's like Professor Hulk, or
Yeah.
do it?
I've realized that watching that movie again, I've realized I
Like
am
tacos?
Professor Hulk. Yeah,
You are Professor Hulk?
Yeah, because you don't
Yeah.
wear shoes because you're filthy.
because I'm a massive pussy.
Because you
That-
walk
that was
around
my joke.
barefoot.
I'm an
Oh.
animal.
And then you go to diners. That's not curly. You go
Yeah,
to
that's not
diners and
curly.
you order half the menu.
I take this as a complete win. An absolute win.
Yeah, that's
How's
what
that
he
not
said.
curly?
That's curly.
That's
Yeah.
his hair, exactly.
Yeah, the one on top's not curly. Okay, we're not talking about something on the screen.
You
We are
just
talking
saw-
about his curly
No,
hair
we're
now.
talking
Why does
about
he
his
look
hair,
so
yeah.
much younger in the other one?
Why does he have a big nose?
That's
I'm not
that's
gonna say it.
insulting.
Look at Megan Fox's thumbs. The evidence is there.
Oh
Lizard
god, you know her
people are
thumbs are
real.
creepy looking.
Okay.
Have you
Lizard
guys-
people are real.
Okay.
Oh god.
Danica.
Danica Patrick.
Oh, that's not funny because she lost recently.
She lost what? Okay, man.
Oh Matt, get over yourself.
He is.
You're not wrong. We're not bringing that shit into the conversation.
I'm
cares?
not. I'm just. That's why I said it in that.
I don't know. I don't care. Would still rail Scarlett Johansson, but she's dead now. Spoilers. Oh.
And Danica. Oh, Patrick.
Oh, don't worry. At least we still have Iron Man. Oh, fuck.
Well, spoilers. Way to
We have
go.
Oh,
Ed.
at
Iron
least-
Lad.
At least we could have
Clippy
Captain
Island.
America. God damn it.
I mean, there is one.
It's
No,
true.
but no, it's not the one I wanted. It
Wow,
doesn't
that's
matter.
so-
it's
it's
not Bucky,
2019,
and
dude.
AJ
What's
should be
wrong
just
with
as
you?
disappointed as I should be.
It's 2019.
Actually, I am.
How could you just
Yeah,
oust
thank
him
you.
because of that?
The fact that it's
Disgusting.
not Bucky is annoying.
But he in the second Civil War, it wasn't Bucky. Bucky wasn't a part of it.
But we're
In
not
the-
having a second Civil War.
Yeah, they are.
What?
Phase
what-
5.
Phase. Okay, listen. You're beyond the limitations of phases. We've
Well,
already
okay.
agreed. Kang the Conqueror. Sorry, not Krang. That's a changing Ninja Turtle reference. Holla at your boy. Anyway, Kang the Conqueror.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Kang the Conqueror is going to be the next villain because AJ couldn't defend his well enough.
I mean, it makes
Fucking-
sense.
Demon
Well-
ass, bitch ass, trick ass, in on a dick ass.
Well, on
That's
that
fine.
note,
Your guy's still a blue bitch.
Yeah, and you're ugly.
on that
What?
note,
That's insulting.
we should be
Cry.
wrapping this podcast up.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
We need to
Thanks
talk
for
about
joining us.
Halo.
Holla at your boy. Shut up. Holla at your boy. This has been Ryan, Matt, Eric, AJ, Form, All4Gamerz. Woo!